Welcome to today's economic throwdown where humor meets the heavyweight world of finance. Picture this: two economic titans clashing in a verbal tug-of-war, not over the last slice of pizza, but over something equally contentious: oil prices and inflation. Imagine sitting in a packed arena, but instead of cheering for your favorite sports team, the crowd is buzzing with terms like CPI and monetary policy. That's the scene as Professor Steve Hanky from Johns Hopkins and Peter Schiff from Euro-Pacific duke it out in a debate that's hotter than a summer sale at a barbecue store. As you step into the arena, the air crackles with an electric buzz, reminiscent of a major sports playoff. Except here, the players are economic theories, and the fans are a mix of economists, students, and finance professionals. The stage is set for a clash not of swords, but of sharp wits and sharper insights. The venue, filled to the brim, resonates not with the usual chants for sports teams, but with a chorus of economic jargon. Phrases like consumer price index and fiscal policy bounce off the walls, creating a symphony of intellectual curiosity. The crowd, armed with notepads and smartphones, is ready to capture every argument, every counterpoint. This isn't your average spectator event. It's a cerebral feast, and the main course is a debate between two formidable economists. On one side of the stage, Professor Steve Hanky stands, embodying the essence of traditional economic theories with a modern twist. With the calm demeanor of a seasoned academic, he lays out his case. The money supply is the primary antagonist in the tale of inflation. Hanky, with the old-school charm of a seasoned lecturer, uses charts and graphs to demonstrate historical trends where unchecked money printing led to economic downturns. His argument is straightforward and backed by decades of research, appealing to those who prefer their economics served straight. No chaser. On the opposing side, Peter Schiff brings a dynamism that contrasts with Hanky's steady approach. With the tenacity of a telemarketer and the conviction of a preacher, Schiff expands the debate beyond the narrow confines of money supply. He paints a broader picture, weaving federal deficits, interest rates, and even geopolitical tensions into the narrative. According to Schiff, the economic woes are not just due to monetary policy, but are a cocktail of mismanagement spanning several branches of government. He describes a metaphorical party at the U.S. Treasury, one that everyone is forced to attend, but nobody, certainly not the taxpayers, wants to be part of. Professor Steve Hanky stood firm on his classical economic foundations, wielding the money supply argument like a conductor's baton. He painted a vivid picture. Despite oil prices shimmying up and down the charts, the real rhythm disrupting the economic harmony is the manipulation of money supply. Hanky likened the scenario to a poorly timed dance move that sends the whole ballroom into chaos. According to him, when the government and central banks pump more money into circulation without actual economic growth to back it, it's like playing musical chairs with one too few chairs. Sooner or later, the music stops, and someone's left out, leading to inflation or even a recession. Peter Schiff, never one to shy away from a challenge, countered with a robust critique of current economic policies. With the flair of a seasoned debater, Schiff argued that the economic policies being pursued are like a series of missteps, leading us ever closer to the edge of a cliff. He highlighted the ballooning federal deficits and stagnant economic reforms as culprits pushing consumer prices up, creating upward inflationary pressure. Schiff likened the situation to a dance floor where every new policy step encroaches dangerously close to tripping over the band's equipment, potentially silencing the music abruptly. As these titans traded theories, the audience, ranging from novice economic students to seasoned analysts, was engrossed, their reactions swinging like a pendulum with each scholarly serve and volley. The atmosphere resembled a grand slam final, where every point scored by Hanky or Schiff drew gasps, cheers, or jeers. Some spectators were so captivated that they seemed to chew their popcorn in time with the rhythm of the debate, nodding in agreement or shaking their heads in disbelief, as if their movements could sway the course of the discussion. This wasn't just an exchange of complex economic jargon. It was a masterclass in how deeply fiscal and monetary policies intertwine with everyday economic experiences. Each argument shed light on the delicate balance required to maintain economic stability, a balance as precarious as a tightrope walker's final steps. And as the debate wrapped up, leaving the audience buzzing with new insights and perspectives. It was clear that this economic tennis match served up more than just fiery exchanges. It provided food for thought that would nourish discussions long after the last popcorn kernel was popped. As the debate neared its conclusion, the atmosphere transformed from a serious economic forum into something resembling a lively comedy club, where punchlines were as potent as policy proposals. In a moment of levity that punctuated the intense discussion, Peter Schiff, with a mischievous twinkle in his eye, proposed a fantastical solution: a giant economic reset button. Imagine, he suggested with a wry smile, if we could simply press a button and reset all economic imbalances, wiping the slate clean of debt and inflation. The audience erupted in laughter, the absurdity of the idea serving as a comic relief from the dense economic jargon they had been navigating. Not to be outshined in this unexpected comedy duel, Professor Steve Hanky quickly retorted with his own humorous speculation. He raised a skeptical eyebrow and pondered if hitting such a mythical reset button might inadvertently launch a new cryptocurrency, adding yet another layer of complexity to an already convoluted financial system. His remark drew a wave of chuckles and nods, as the audience appreciated the ironic humor pointing at the proliferation of digital currencies in modern economics. This debate, which had traversed the complex terrain of economic theories and policies, closed on a note that was both enlightening and entertaining. The speakers had not only shared their deep insights, but had also engaged in a playful exchange that made the heavy content more accessible and enjoyable. It was a rare spectacle where the dryness of fiscal discussions was seasoned with the spice of humor, proving that economics doesn't always have to be staid and serious. Who could have imagined that a discussion on inflation and fiscal deficits could be as riveting as a blockbuster movie? This unique blend of humor and serious policy debate ensured that the audience would not soon forget the points raised. The next time CPI or federal deficits come up in conversation at a party or gathering, those present at the debate might just crack a smile, remembering the time when these topics were part of a performance that had more twists than a pretzel factory and more laughs than a comedy sketch. As the audience dispersed, the buzz of conversation was not just about the economic insights gained, but also about the refreshing approach to discussing them. This debate underscored an important message. Staying informed about economic policies is crucial, and doing so with a sense of humor can make the learning process much more enjoyable. In the world of economics, perhaps laughter is the best medicine to ease the complexity of understanding how our financial world operates.